What's up? It's Roxy Barlow with Simply Straight Organizing Solutions, and today we are talking about, why do I always swivel my neck? Am I live? What's happening? There's some kind of error. Okay, I'm live. Always. I never can get a fresh start. Hey, it's Roxy Barlow. I'm here with Simply Straight Organizing Solutions, and today we're talking about your kids and virtual or remote learning. If your kids are going back face to face, then you're straight. You don't need this. But I'm going to show you guys the importance of being organized during virtual or remote learning. Okay? Are we ready? Because they're going back to school. They're going. I don't know why I sing and dance. All right, so let me see what time it is. I got about an hour to teach you how to set up your space at your home for your kids. Now, I don't know if you guys are there all day with your kids or if you have to leave, but this system that we're going to set up, it looks intimidating, but it's really not. This system that we're going to set up is going to work whether you're there with your kids or not, okay? If you don't have this organization, it's going to be a mess. But don't stress, we're here. All right, let's go. The first thing I want you to do, you know I have to put my glasses on because I can't see anything. The first thing I want you to do is get the schedule from your kids' school. Do you know their teacher? Do you know what classes they have? Do you know what they're learning? You can go to your school's website and you can find that out, okay? Get the schedule. Then you're going to get the supply list, and that's my favorite because I love supplies. I love supplies. All right, that's my favorite. And then I'm going to show you what to do with those supplies and how to get those supplies. What's up, Adama? Adama, get organized now. All right, I feel like my camera is doing something again, you guys. What's going on? Do I know what I'm doing? Oh my God, I feel like there's like a whole delay. All right. Are we here? No, it's still delaying. Anyway, I have to move on. All right, so the second thing you want to do is get the supply list, all right? Supplies. Because I was a teacher, for those of you guys that don't know, I was a teacher for 20-something years, so I don't need a list. I know what the kids need. My kids are in high school, so the supplies aren't as many as you would need for elementary school. But because you are virtual, your supplies list is not going to be as big as usual because usually you're supplying for the rest of the class for the year. Now you're just buying supplies for your one person, okay, or for your two people, or how many kids you have at the house. I got two, okay? All right, so we got the supplies, okay? I got labels. These are labels that I can peel on and peel off. If you don't have labels, you can use tape as labels, okay, and a marker, all right? I got composition books. My kids have 8 classes, but they only have 2 classes that they are going to be writing, regularly in, okay? So, composition books, all right? By the way, got all this stuff from Dollar Tree. Where, Roxy? Dollar Tree? Do you own a Dollar Tree, Roxy? Yes. Yes, I do. No, I don't, but I'm in there so much. All right, so I got these from Dollar Tree, all right? Paper, your classic paper. Got that for the kids. Boom. This was a new one. This was a new one on the list, okay? Dry erase boards. Now, Dollar Tree didn't have, I feel like I'm dragging. Dollar Tree didn't have like fancy ones. They're really flimsy, but they're $1. One side was this, which I laughed at because I have high schoolers, but my high schoolers can stand to, do I have them upside down? My high schoolers can stand to practice their handwriting. And you know what's sad? You don't have to handwrite anymore. Everything's digital. Anyway, dry erase boards are for math, okay? So if they're trying to solve a problem, then they can use a dry erase board, all right? I bought markers, but I didn't buy the eraser because I just used tissue, all right? Okay, and then binders. Usually you buy one big binder for your kid to take to school. I bought a binder for each subject because we're here at home. My kids aren't going to be traveling and your kids aren't going to be traveling back and forth to school, okay? We're here at the house. You can get a binder for each thing because this binder is going to stay here, all right? Then, of course, if you haven't already, you need to go pick up a device. Most schools that are going virtual should have supplied you with a device. If not, you need to contact your school because they have ways for you to get a device, okay? The devices are free. You sign a waiver, and you can pay for insurance. I think the first time you break this device, it's $150. The second time, it's $400, all right? So get your device. Pick it up. I want to say, because I know last year Verizon had a little special where you could get a device for kids. But check locally. Check at your local stuff because you can get a device. They will supply you with devices. All right. So then I also have, this is the device cord. I also have headphones. All right. Because I have 2 kids and they're going to be working in the same house, they'll be in separate areas. I still wanted headphones. You can get the earpods or you can get noise canceling headphones. Okay. This wasn't on the supply list, but I need this because sometimes I have to work here and I have to be loud or I'm on a call and we already have an office taken by my husband and the 2 boys are going to be down here at this second level and I'll probably just be working all around the house if not on site. All right, so I need them to cancel out the noise, which helps with distractions. If you know you have a kid that's easily distracted, go ahead. Hey, Miss McSwain, how are you doing? We just talked about math. Miss McSwain is a math teacher. If you're teaching math, bless you, because I can't get past 5 numbers. All right. Okay. And then I have some extra supplies. Okay. After I got the supplies, I said, how am I going to store these supplies? Am I just going to have supplies all over the place? You know, what's going to be the system? I need my dining room back. One of my kids is working here in the dining room, but I'm going to need this space. So I had to figure out a way that I can have all the supplies here and they can work here and then take those things off the dining room so I can have my dining room back, okay? Because I want my dining room back. Why am I doing this over the dining room? Don't play with my dining room. All right, so, other supplies. Okay, I like these. These are all Dollar Tree. Okay, I got water bottles because I don't want my boys saying, oh, I need to get some water. Oh, I need to get some water. Oh, I need to get some water. You know what I mean? So, no, you got water there. You be in front of that screen. All right? So, and then we got the earphones. These are from the Dollar Tree. I love these, okay? Usually I just throw, like for instance, I'll take this dry erase board. I'll take the paper. I may spread the paper out in their binders. The dry erase board and the composition books. And I'll put those in there for them, okay? So they have a little place for flat things that can stay flat, okay? Also, and I'll talk about these cups, I got lead, mechanical pencils. All this is Dollar Tree, people. I think I spent $50 for 2 kids, okay? That's cheap, okay? So, and that's also plus staying home, less money on supplies. We'll talk about that. Highlighters. Now, I did not get dry erase markers from the Dollar Tree because they suck. I went to a real store and got Expo. Expo's my favorite. I think I should get some money from Expo. Hey, Expo, what your name is? Hey, Expo, what your name is? All right, so I got that. And then some more pins and stuff for them, all right? So I got 2 of these just in case they need 2 of them. They also come in different colors. If you want to color code, if you have multiple kids or you just want to break it up or whatever. All right, so I got 2 of those. Then I got this. You know this is one of my favorite products. This is my product of the month. POTM, POTM, product of the month. This is where I'm going to put their supplies, all right? So as I'm opening all these supplies, let's talk about what the school year looks like, okay? Now, in my county, Fulton County, I had the privy of being able to go through the teachers training, and people, I'm going to tell you now, nobody really knows what's going to happen. This is not going to be a smooth, easy transition for you, for your kids, or your teachers, okay? Because you have to realize that even if your teacher's been teaching for 20-something years, they've never done this, okay? I talked to one of my teacher friends, and they were like, and Ms. McSwain, you can tell us too. They were like, it's like being a first-year teacher again because there's all these different rules now. The standards are still the same, and your teaching, points are still going to be the same. Your lesson plans, but how you execute them now on that online, it's going to be cray-cray. So I would give about 2 weeks. I would think it's going to take about 2 weeks for everything to get smoothed out, for everything to be going on. Adama, what did you say? Are there some math websites that you suggest for parents? Oh, God. I don't even know those websites anymore because I taught science. I think there's Ingenuity is a website for math. There used to be something called Math Island. That's a good one for math. Oh, God, I know I'm missing the name of it. Oh, somebody help me. Somebody help me. What Khan Math, okay? Yes. All right, so those are some math programs that you can put your kids on. All right, if you're just joining us, we're talking about organizing the supplies so that when the kids go back to school virtually, you're not stressed out. Everything goes smoothly. You have to prepare. Now, my kid's school starts tomorrow. If your kid's school starts tomorrow and you haven't started anything, don't worry about it. You got time, okay? Don't worry about it, all right? So we're talking about supplies. Then we're going to talk about where are you going to set up. I know that I'm going to set up here in the dining room for one of my kids and then downstairs for the other kid. I am going to separate. If you have more than one kid, I would separate them unless they're twins and in the same grade. But the less distractions, the better, okay? So we're talking about what's going on now with the virtual learning. The virtual learning. I mean, I am a face-to-face teacher. I like face-to-face. I think it's better than anything. But this is going to be interesting, to say the least. All right? Let me throw on my garbage. Garbage over there so I'm not making a total mess. All right? All right. So I have the supplies, okay? I don't know if you can see this. I should pull this down so you guys can see. Oh, yeah. Let's pull this down. All right? Can you guys see this? Why is my screen like this? Can I do something to make my screen better? I don't know. I never know what to do, guys. Hold on, because, I got to get it together. Get it together. All right, so we're talking about supplies. We're talking about making this virtual school year as less stressful as it can possibly be, okay? So you want to get your supplies. You want to make sure you pick up a device. Your school should be giving you a device. If your school's not giving you a device, there are some companies that will make sure your kid gets a device. And there are some ways in the district, you just have to find out that you can get a device, okay? Or if your kids already have a device that's authorized by the school, that's fine. Use that too, okay? That's very good. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, Lord. What am I doing? Okay. All right. So get the supply list. You can get the supply list from your school. Get the schedule. You want to know what your kids are doing. I'm really gearing towards middle school and high school kids. If you have elementary school kids, your setup might be similar, but your day is going to look different. Okay, so I'm mostly talking about middle school kids and high school kids. All right, I have 2 high schoolers, and we're organizing all their supplies so they can be ready. We talked about these bins. All this stuff came from the Dollar Tree. I'm not spending a lot for this stuff because it's not going back and forth to school, so I don't need any heavy duty, like real expensive stuff. All this stuff is staying here. We're talking about where to put your supply, where to set up your kids, and then we're going to talk about ways that you can have peace and tranquility with the virtual learning, all right? So I opened all the pens and the pencils and all this other stuff. I talked about how I was a teacher, and I had the privilege, I guess, of being able to go through the teacher training for virtual, and it's going to take time, folks. It's going to take a good 2 weeks to get the ball rolling smoothly, so don't stress out. Do not stress out. No one really knows what this looks like, okay? This is new to you. This is new to me. This is new to the teachers. This is new to the principal. This is new to administration. It's virtual learning, okay? If you guys are doing face-to-face, go face-to-face. All right, so here. This is my favorite product from the Dollar Tree, okay? And it's just a little basket. I've seen people use it for food, you know, outdoor lunch or picnic lunch, okay? But I'm going to use it for supplies. I like to use cups, and I like to color code. I got these cups at Dollar Tree, okay? I'm going to put a couple of cups in here because this is where I'm going to put the pens and pencils. So we're going to start you off with about, what, 10 pencils, and well, let's do 5 pencils. You just divide it up however you want to. A few pencils, a few colored pencils, a highlighter. I'm going to do one with expo markers, okay? And you're just sorting it out. You're just sorting out these supplies. I'm going to give him some thin markers, okay? Here's some extra lead. I'm going to throw the lead in that small compartment there, okay? Some more pens. Some mechanical pencils. Okay, I like the mechanical pencils because most people don't have pencil sharpeners at home, so they just use, you can just get some mechanical pencils. All right, I have a pencil sharpener. We use both, but the kids like the mechanical pencils. So I'm just putting, I use these cups to put in this basket, and I'm just using this as a supply source for my kids when they're in school, all right? Also, oh, you know what I forgot? Their calculator. I have it in the other room, all right? So their calculator, let's just appeal like this calculator, that can go in there, okay? And then whatever you want to put in there. We're just going to start with this for now because this is all they need now. They don't need everything right now because we don't really know what they need, all right? So they got there, so this is surplus or for the next kid, all right? So I got their composition books, a dry erase pad. All this came from Dollar Tree, okay? A dry erase pad, water. I wonder if their water bottle fits in here, okay? Water, their calculator or whatever thing here, and this all fits in one thing, okay? Then I have binders, okay? Usually you buy one binder for your kid, and that's the only binder they have. I bought 6 binders. I know that they're going to have 6 subjects. They're going to have to keep organized, so I bought 6 binders. I paid about $50 for all these supplies for 2 people at Dollar Tree. The only thing I didn't buy at Dollar Tree were the expo pens, all right? So we're organizing because it's virtual school, all right? Ooh, something's on this. This looks like a moth. Something got killed on that. All right, and the kids are going back. And what are we going to do? We got to work. So if you're leaving your kids, you want to set up a system. If you have to go to work, you need to set up a system for your kids so that when you get back, they haven't missed anything because they don't have the proper supplies and they don't know what the rules are, okay? All right, so I got these 6 things. In these binders, we're just going to put some paper in. And your kids can do this, okay? I'm doing this because this is a stress relief for me. I love organizing. And what do I do to relax? I organize, all right? So I love doing this, all right? But you can get your kids to do this so they know it. What I do is I just do it for them, and then I explain the system, and then they keep it up, all right? And it's pretty much the same system that they've had forever. All right, so I just put a piece of paper in each binder. Okay, and then you can label these binders if you want to, all right? Uh-oh. Just putting paper in the binders. Oh, this binder doesn't have, oh, now see, I like to have these pockets, and I just realized that this blue one doesn't have pockets. All right. I know how to make a pocket, and I can show you that later if I have time. All right, so we're just organizing the school supplies. This has a pocket. Uh-oh. And I got a binder for each subject. And I'm going to show you how we're going to store this binder, okay? I'm just putting a little bit of paper in each binder, okay? I'm showing you how to set up for virtual learning, okay? Virtual learning. It's happening. This doesn't have pockets either. Gosh darn it. All right. Make sure that your binders have pockets. okay? You see how upset I am about no pockets? I mean, I'm out of pocket. So, and I'll throw this. This is all surplus, and then this is garbage. All right, so I got 6 binders. I got these. Another thing from the Dollar Tree. Now, these are kind of flimsy, so I like to double them, but I got these for the binders. And then I just put the binders in. Is this the one that I wanted? Yeah. Oh, no, I'll put the binders this way. All right, and I put the binders in the bucket. Okay, I'm making this all portable so that you can take this off the space. If your child has to work at the kitchen table, you want something that's portable, okay? You want something that you can take off and on your space, okay? And even, I'm going to put the device in here. This is the school device. I'm going to put this in the bucket. So what I've done, and I can put the cord in here. If your kid is charging every night, you don't really need the cord. But if you need to have the cord, you can store it here. Okay. And then, of course, the headphones. I suggest that you get noise canceling headphones so that your kid is not distracted. All right? And this is just really the system, okay? And you can put that anywhere, all right? So if you take a look at this, this is everything that my kid needs to get started, all right? It's not a lot, it's the necessities. All right, these are earphones, okay? Also, you can label these binders if you want to by their period. I usually let the kids do that so they can color code the way they want to, okay? And then they just know that each binder is a different subject, all right? And these are labels that you can put on, the Avery labels, and peel off so they're not stuck and you're not sitting there scratching the label off and you're like, why this label won't come off? All right, no, these are the peel on, peel off. Or if you don't want to use fancy labels, you can just get some tape and you can label it and put it on the binder. I feel like my camera is doing a little doo-doo-bah. All right, so also, and this is extra cups, and I use the cups for the pens and pencils. Okay, and this is what my child, so let's talk about how this looks, all right? The system, and it also comes in red. If you want to do different colors, this is mine. I have several of these systems, and it also comes in green. All right, so once you get your kids' supplies done, you want to create a space that they can work, okay? It needs to be a space that's the largest flat cleared surface that you have in the house needs to be the space where your child works, okay? So they can have room to spread out. This system that we developed together, all this stuff came from the Dollar Tree. My kid can come in at 8:20 because that's when his school starts and spread out, okay? He can take out the things that he needs, uses, and loves. No. All right, take out his binder for that day. Let's say he starts with math. He opens math, and then he's ready, okay? He has his device. When you have a device now, I had a stand. I think I might give him a stand. You kind of want to elevate it so that when the teacher is looking at you, they're looking down at you instead of up under your chin or straight on. It's just a better view to elevate, okay? And you can elevate here. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's dangerous. You can elevate here on one of the baskets, okay? And so now he has, or she has, or whoever you're setting up for, has everything they need. Device. Where are my earphones? Oh, here are my earphones, okay? I put my earphones on, okay? I'm here. I have a place. I can spread out, okay? And then when school is over at 3:30, then my kid can shut all the way down. Device goes back in this basket. Pencil back here. Binder here. Okay? Earphones, and they all nest into each other, okay? And then they can take it off the table, okay? And I can put it, well, I really need a shelf back here, and he can put it here, off the table, okay? And then the next day he comes back. All right, so this is a system that we developed. Now, if you don't have a place at home where you can give your kid privacy, you're going to have to create it, okay? And one way, my favorite way, what kind of time am I looking at? My favorite way to create space is this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. All right, let me move this, okay? My favorite way to make space. Take any space, okay? If you just want to do a pop-up table, because I'm doing a pop-up table for my other son, you're going to take any space, okay? All you need is a step stool, a sheet, and some push pins, all right? I'm going to show you how to make a private area in your house if you do not have any space, okay? You're going to take push pins. Do you hear me? I said push pins. These are the push pins. Do you see these? This is what I'm using. I'm using push pins. You see this? I'm going to take my step stool. I'm going to stretch out my sheet. I think this might be a king size sheet. And there's no door here. I want my kid, you want your kid to have all the privacy that they need. And what do you think I'm going to do with this? Did I hear you? I don't know. What do you think I'm going to do with this? I'm going to hang this up. Okay? And I'm just using a push pin, people. Do you hear me? Push pin. Okay? Then I carry it over, and I'm making a private space for my kids so they don't have distractions. If there's a lot of people in your house, and you don't have a private space for your kid, you can make one with a sheet and push pins. Do you see that? Sheet, push pins, made a whole private area. And the reason why I use push pins is because you can pull that down later, okay, without ruining anything in your house. You see that? I made a whole private screen just with a sheet. You can put this in back of a table, and you can make a whole private section for your kid while they're learning virtually, okay? All right, so let's go over what we did. We went and got the schedule. I know my kid has 6 classes that he's going to be doing some, that he needed binders for, so I got 6 binders, all right? Also, I know that he needed, let me close this. I know he needed pens and pencils, so I went and got pens and pencils. I like this little privacy screen. Privacy, hey, hey, a privacy screen, yeah. All right, so then I got the pens and pencils. I bought these little caddies from the Dollar Tree. Real cheap, real cute, real portable. Because one of my kids is using the dining table, I need him to be able to take everything off. So I'm making it really a portable system. This is a system that you can help your kids keep. This is a system that's easy for them to keep up. Trust me, I got 2 teenage boys. This is easy for them to keep up, okay? And it's also portable. They can take it anywhere in the house. And they can make their own private area by just hanging up a sheet with push pins. I just did that. Uh-oh, my little corner is open. I don't want my corner to be open. That's bothering me. You can pull that over so that your child has the privacy that they need during school hours, okay? Especially if you're in a small space, you can put your kid on a table. It could be a card table that a folding table that you pop up. You can put them in an area and just hang a sheet around them so they are enclosed and they do feel like they have a privacy, okay? Privacy is key, people. You don't want your kids to have distractions while they're doing the virtual learning, okay? A lot of kids fail classes because of distractions. Anyway, all right, so I got these. This is the bottom, the product of the month, all right? And I also have another cup that has dry erase markers. Then they can have their calculator, okay, or their cord or whatever they have. Water is in here, so they don't have to keep getting up and down for water breaks during school. Also bought this. This is a basket that I got from the Dollar Tree. It has this device that they need. It has the 2 composition books that they need. And a dry erase board that I got from Dollar Tree. Do you see this? I got this one. It's a dry erase board. You know what I need to add is tissue, all right? Because that's what they'll use to erase and the dry erase marker. And then he can put this back. Then I have this little canister for all his subjects, okay? And then this all can be taken off my table when I need it, all right? So we got the schedule. We're getting the school supply list. We're finding a place. My place is here. We created a privacy wall with just push pins and a sheet, people, and it just closed that whole area off. I feel like now I can concentrate on school. If I was a student, I'd be able to concentrate on school in here, okay? We organize the supplies. Here are the supplies. They're portable. He can come and take them off and put them on, okay? This is a clean space in the house, but it's a space also that I need to use, all right? So I made it a portable system. If I have to go to work, this system, they know how to keep it up. They'll be on task with their virtual teacher, and I will be able to trust that everything is in one place. They'll be able to find stuff, which means they'll make deadlines, and so on and so forth. Organization is the key to success. Did I say it? Organization is the key to success. Did I say it again? Organization is the key to success. All right. I don't know what's happening. Hey, Michelle. How are you doing? All right. I hope you're organizing. Oh, she said you're helping so many people. Yes, people. I'm here to help you. Trust me. Organization can change your life. You think it's a joke, but it's not. I mean, I make it fun because I'm fun. And I'm fun, and I'm fun, and I'm fun, because organizing fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's, okay, I don't know what happened. But organization is the key to happiness, okay? Well, one of the keys. One of the keys to happiness, okay? All right, so we're organizing supplies. What did we talk about? We got the schedule. We know what the subjects are. We got the school supplies. We sorted them out. We made a system. This is called an organizing system that my kids can use. Now, if you know your kids can't use this type of system, that's fine, but also make sure that you use something that you know they'll be able to keep up, okay? Do contain those supplies someplace. Don't have that stuff all over your table. Don't let the kids take over your space. You need your space. Okay, some people are lucky to have desks in their kids' rooms, and that's fine. I want to get my kids out of their rooms because I just want to make them feel like they're going someplace in the morning, even though if it is downstairs to school. But that's your choice. You can have them work in their room. You can have them work on the dining table. We have another table, a kitchen table, and we also have a folding table, and we're going to pop that up downstairs, and the other kid's going to be down there with the same tools that I got here, but a different color. We're going to give him green. You got to be seen. Green. Hey, never be caught dead. Red. All right, so we're going to go green with him. If you guys know that, if you guys are old enough to know where that came from, one of my favorites, classic. All right, so we're organizing and getting your kids ready, all right? So, tip, here's 2 tips. I talk to, because I've been a teacher, I've taught classrooms. I've never taught or had to be here help teaching my kids, all right? Now, every parent isn't going to be able to teach their kids, and that's fine, but I'm going over and beyond. So I talked to a homeschool consultant, Shauna Taylor, Shauna T, and she gave me some real good tips because I'm stressing out. I was like, oh, God, I quit teaching, and now I'm here, and my kids got virtual school. What kind of, so I'm like, I'm stressing out. Is it going to be perfect? What is it going to look like? She's like, first of all, don't stress. And second of all, de-school. I'm going to write it down. I know that sounded crazy. I'm going to write it down because I have my supplies ready to write it down. De-school. I'm going to write it. De-school, all right? That means this is not traditional school anymore, people. Shauna said that this is a whole different ball game. The kids are at home. It's virtual learning. You can't expect this to be like a classroom, okay? So if you're thinking it's still going to be this traditional way, get rid of that concept, because that's what I'm like. They need to be this and they need to be that. No, that's the old traditional way. This is a new day. School's going to look different. So de-school. So whatever idea you have of what school should be, don't stress yourself out and try to do that at your home. Remember, it's going to take about 2 weeks for all the, everything to get straightened out, for everybody to get adjusted, for the kids to get adjusted, the teachers to get adjusted, for you to get adjusted. This is not an overnight process. This is not like a good transition. It's going to take time. So it's going to take about 2 weeks. Someone said, yes, I just snaked in the chair because I snake and I organize. And I snake, hey, and I organize. Hey, and I snake and organize. Okay, so I'm sorry. You shouldn't have said that. Anyway, so you want to de-school. This is not school. This is not your traditional school. Just throw everything out the window and just go with the flow. It'll cause you less stress. Do not try to be so systematic. I develop a system, but this is just a system for their tools and stuff. I don't know what the schedule is going to look like. I don't know what the teachers are going to be. I have no idea, and I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to go with the flow and know that it's going to take a couple of weeks for everything to get flowing, all right? Another suggestion that Shauna told me was to take brain breaks. Now, I have the privilege of being home here with my kids, all right? And if I see they're getting overwhelmed, because you guys, quite frankly, the kids are stressed out. You know your kids. Some of your kids are stressed. They've been in the house. They don't know what's going on. There's no end. They're stressed just like you're stressed. And they're probably acting up and acting a certain way, and it's because they're stressed. If you see they're getting stressed over this virtual learning, let them take a break. Because this is, remember, we're de-schooling. We're letting them take a break, okay? It's not your traditional school. Everybody gets overwhelmed. Let them take a break. And that's something I hadn't planned on doing until I talked to Shauna. She was like, yeah, you got to let them take a break. It's overwhelming, all right? So de-school yourself. Forget any traditional stuff. What was the other thing? Take breaks. If you see your kid is being overwhelmed, take breaks. If you're not home, that's okay. But take brain breaks, okay? That's going to be important because this is a virtual, it's something we don't know anything about, all right? Unless you have, I'm sure some people have taken some college courses and like that, but this is new to everybody. This is new to teachers. Like I said, I went through the teachers training, and I'm telling you, after the 12th video about asynchronous and synchronous learning, I was like, what is this? If I still had to teach right now, it would take me about 2 weeks to even figure out what this mess is, all right? So be patient. Don't stress. Everybody is doing this for the first time. All right, then we talked about some pros and cons. If you're just joining, before we get to pros and cons, we are going over what to do for your kid. We're setting up for your kids' learning, okay, environment. We're making an environment that your kid can be successful in at home, virtual learning. Well, what can we do, Roxy? Well, I'm glad you asked, because you can first get your kid's schedule. Find out who your teacher is, all right? Get the supply list. I wouldn't buy everything all at once, but if you are going to buy supplies, go to the Dollar Tree. You ain't got to buy fancy stuff. You're at home, okay? The days of that is over, and the days of trying to buy the whole supply list and bring them in 10 bags. You know, some parents come and, I got the 10. Hey, Miss Ross, I got 10 bags. Oh, really? All right, you don't have to do all that. Just get the necessities: paper, pen, pencils, binder, and then I bought some containers from the Dollar Tree, all right? Find or create a clear, quiet, private space in the house for your kids. That's important. If you have a lot of kids in the house or there's a lot of noise all the time, you need a private area. If you don't have space, remember what I just did, and I'll show you again. All I did was, can you see me? Or is this ridiculous? Can you see me? All right. So all I did was take a push pin and a sheet. Do you see this? And I just made this a privacy area. You can do this anywhere in your house. You can take several sheets. It's a push pin. Do you hear me? Let me show you what I'm using. A push pin. I'll come back. Hold on. I'm doing a lot with no camera skills. All right? A push pin. This is what I mean by push pin. You see them? And a sheet. Make a private area for your kid, okay, if you don't have the space. If there is a lot of noise, this might be your biggest purchase. This is not Dollar Tree, but these are noise canceling earphones. So when your kid puts them on, everything around them is cancels out, all the noise around them. That's going to be great for your kid. The less distractions, the more successful, okay? What was the other thing? Private space for the kids, and then just organize your supplies, all right? If you've already missed it, we organized the supplies already. And so I'm going to walk you through my kids' day, all right? Excuse my acting. All right, so I'm going to walk you through my kids' day. And let me pull this over here. Okay, I wish I should have brought one of the kids. All right, so we're just going to put his stuff here. This is where he's going to store it, okay? All right, so he comes in, he puts up his privacy screen, because I'm going to have them put up their own privacy screen. He's going to put up his privacy screen, and he's going to get his stuff, which is going to be over here. This is all he needs, because textbooks and things are all online now, okay? So he's not going to really have any books. He doesn't need a backpack. He doesn't need that binder, shoulder, satchel, okay? No need for that. So what I got were all binders, all right? So then he comes in and he disassembles all his stuff. All right, so let's say he's doing math. He has his dry erase board. He has his composition book for notes. He has his device, which I also put on here as a stand, just so the height is a little elevated and you can get a clearer view. The teacher can see him. He can see the teacher. I got my earphones. Make sure the earphones are compatible to the computer, because I don't think iPhones work. iPhone earphones don't work in every computer. Where's the thing? Okay, now I have my earphones on. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm working. All right, so then I know it's math. Let me take out my math folder. Okay, I can move this all over to the side now. Let me grab a pencil. And then I have space to do what I need to do. Can you see? All right. And so now I am ready for school. I may need a dry erase marker so I can do math. Okay? So this is how it looks. This is how it can look for you. Anybody can do this, all right? And then you can use your hand or a tissue, all right? So this is the setup. Once again, I didn't spend a lot of money. All this stuff is Dollar Tree. Did you hear me? Dollar Tree. So then when he's finished, composition book goes back. Dry erase board goes back. Oh, I need you to see this. Dry erase board goes back. Okay? Binder goes back. Okay? Dry erase marker goes back. Headphones you can put in here, and this all goes here. And then I have some water as a refreshment. Okay? All I'm doing is setting up. All I did was go to the Dollar Tree. All this stuff, except for the Expo markers, are from the Dollar Tree. You've seen these little caddies at the Dollar Tree. This was $1 holla. $1 holla. Woo-hoo! $1 holla. Woo-hoo! I don't know if that's one. All right. Got this from the Dollar Tree. This is holding everything. His device, his paper, his composition books. This is holding his water, calculator, cords, and then I use cups that I also got from the Dollar Tree. I color coded, all right, and then I just put cups in here. You can put anything in here, okay? You can buy a couple of them if you want to, and then that nests together, and then when he's finished, he can take this and put it behind him on this little shelf or whatever, my memorabilia trunk, all right? So that's how you get set up. Let me see, is there anything else I need to talk about? I got about 10 more minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. All right, let me see if there's any questions. Hey, virtual teaching for 7 years. Hey, Benita. Benita, you've been virtual teaching for 7 years? I need to talk to you. Okay? I need to talk to you so you know what's going on. So I just found out that some people have been virtual teaching. So hopefully you have a teacher or your kid has a teacher that is familiar with this. Otherwise, Give it time. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of virtual teaching. I know a lot of you guys are stressed out. I know you guys are like, oh my God, the kids are going to be here, but don't be. You're going to make it. Give it a couple of weeks before it runs smoothly and you can get on time. If you don't have your supplies and stuff yet, don't worry about it. If you don't even have your device and stuff yet, don't worry about it. Just a couple of weeks, okay? Give yourself a couple of weeks before you have that. So some of the pros. Well, want to talk about the cons or you want to talk about the pros first? Let's go through the bad stuff first. Get the bad. Am I Professor Clump? What just happened? All right, so with the cons, your kids are home with you all day. That can be a con because they've been with us all day, every day, consecutive days for 7 months. Has it been? Has it been 7 months? Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So that's a con. The other con is you're going to be spending more on food and electricity now. Okay. Because it's not just breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's snacks as well. I personally have put a time on when the kitchen is open and nobody has refrigerator privileges except for on the weekend, because that's the only way I can keep inventory of what I have and keep myself from having to go to the grocery store. So, but you are going to spend more on food and electricity because they're going to be here using electricity, all right? And then there's no physical socialization. That's the one thing that I don't have a solution for, because they're just socializing with me and their dad right now. I don't know. I know that they can socialize digitally with their kids, and that's cool, but that's a con for homeschooling, all right? Now, some of the pros are there's less distractions. When I tell you, trust me, I've been teaching for years. I was teaching for years. Distractions will kill your kid's grade, okay? If your kid is not super focused, distractions are their doom, all right? Especially middle school and high school. So there are going to be less distractions at school, okay? The other pro is you're going to spend less on clothes and supplies, all right? Yeah, I spent $50 for everything, all right? And all they need is a couple of good shirts and a couple of good jeans. They don't even need tennis shoes now, and their feet are huge, all right? But I'm spending less money on clothes. Then the other pro is that they do get to see their classmates that they probably haven't seen in their class, in their virtual classroom. So there are some upsides. I don't want you guys to stress out. If you have to leave your kids, if you develop a system like this, do you see this system? I love this system, okay? They will be fine, especially if they're middle school or high school kids, all right? Someone asked, should you take the kid's phone? Yeah, I am taking the kid's phone. Okay, because the only reason they had a phone at school was just in case of emergency, because you're worried about your kid at school, or they needed something, they forgot something, there's a field trip, blah, blah, blah. So emergency is why I needed their phones. My kids will get their phones taken every night at 10:30, and then I take the phone because I just don't trust that people will get off the phone. All right, they'll get off every night at 10:30. I need to clean this. And then they will, I'm cleaning my glasses. I'm sorry. They'll get their phones back at the end of school. So at like 3:30, they'll get their phones back, and then they take it back at 10:30. And then on the weekends they can have at it, But they don't need a phone for what? Okay. All their stuff that they need is right here. Okay. In the what's this called, device, laptop. All right. Benita said, so for socialization, outings to the park, yes. Zoom meetings. And so that's another thing that I'm incorporating with my kids, and you don't have to do this, because I just talked to someone yesterday about the vitamin D deficiency and how people need to get out and how we need a certain amount of vitamin D per day to help some internal organ uses. I mean, it got deep, okay? So I'm scheduling PE for my two boys every Tuesday and Thursday. We're just going to go to the park, and I'm actually just going to follow the PE standards from their school the best that I can, okay? Now, I used to teach PE, so I have an advantage. But Benita is right. Outings to the park, outings to go play. They can do Zoom meetings with friends, but they're going to need to go outside and even see some other kids and get, I guess that's the closest you're going to get to physical socialization. All right, so that's it, folks. I got 10 minutes. I don't need them, but I got 10, and I don't need them. All right, this is the system that we just developed, okay? Get yours. Dollar Tree. I got a water bottle. I just have the basics or the essentials. I got some cups because I color coded, all right? And then they come in different colors. You can do a green, okay? Or you can do a red, okay? This is mine that I use a lot. Oh, here's the calculator. So the calculator can go here. I don't have the kids on their phones during school. And these come in different colors. Do you see this? I love these. This is a great system, all right? And it's portable. You can take it anywhere. Anywhere? Anywhere, okay? So, get your system. If you need help with your system, you can call me. I'll help you with your system. Go to Dollar Tree. You can even just Google some ideas, all right? It's up to you. But I don't want you to stress. It's going to be okay. But if you're not organized, it's not going to be okay. Oh, okay, Benita's talking about her kids have never lacked socially. Okay, so Benita, I'm going to talk to you about ways to be socializing during social distancing, all right? That's a whole nother show. All right, you guys, get your kids' schedule. Get the school supplies. Organize the supplies. Find a space to work. Remember, I just made a privacy screen with a sheet and pens. Do you hear me? A sheet. A sheet. I know you have a sheet. A sheet and pens can block off. You can make a space for your kid. They're going to need a quiet, clear, organized space, all right, for them to work in. You can create that, or you can designate a place. I have a place for both of my boys. Since I use this table regularly, I needed it to be portable, so I developed this portable system where my kid can come, get his work done, and then put it back and move it out the way when I need to use this space. Remember, D-School. This is not your regular school. It's totally different. It's not the traditional institutionalized school, all right? It's totally different. Take brain breaks. If you see your kid is getting overwhelmed, take some breaks, okay? It's not that serious. Also, give it about 2 weeks to get everything going smoothly. Let the teachers get adjusted to the new virtual program. Let the kids get used to the virtual program, and then let yourself get used to the virtual program, all right? It's going to take about 2 weeks. Remember, this is everybody's first time. So D-School, it's not your traditional school. Take brain breaks. Make a system that your kids can use if you're there at the home or not here at the home, okay? Make a system. Do you guys hear me? Get organized now, okay? Next week, I'll be doing garage. Did you hear me? Garage. I'm going to be doing the garage. So if you want to do the garage with me, come back next week and we'll do the garage. Anything else? I think that's it. Do you guys want a little song? Sing. Sing a song. Sing it wide. I don't know. Sing it pride. I don't know the song. All right. Bye, guys. Get organized. Remember, I'm going to get you if you don't get organized. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that organizing smoke.